Hello there everybody, Saban92 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, Shiro and Ellie are dead. Yeah. Didn't expect that so soon, honestly, let's be fair. It just kind of threw me off. Usually they go out with a bang. This time they just, they're dead. Although, considering this is Shiro and Ellie that we're talking about, and considering the reaction that Rusalka had, part of me wants to believe that they're kind of still in there. You know, still some semblance of alive, weirdly. Part of me kind of wishes that were the case, but I've learned one thing when it comes to certain novels that I experience, especially in Dies Irae. It's never a good thing to have hope. Kidding, of course. I don't know. But anyway, since it's got the good music playing, let's continue. The sacred and the corrupt. The unsightly and the beauteous. Worldviews that valued all of creation on the basis of opposing extremes were in the center of every culture under the sun. Abhorrence of corruption drove the people to seek sanctity, while beauty only moved the hearts of those with eyes grown weary of ugliness. Even the fairest of dames had reeking excreta, and grotesque entrails hidden under their skins. And if the world itself shared a similar design, then it had no better caricature than this dark and dreary space. Also, Oh, hi Lisa. Where the hell is Kasumi? Is Kasumi dead too, or did Rusalka just kind of leave her there? Or maybe they took her, I don't know. A church and a house of God. Sacred grounds that concealed an ever-spreading dungeon, masoned with stone so full of gloom one would think it was painted with the blood and grudge of thousands. The Surahara city's headquarters of the Longinus Dryzen Order. A woman walked the stony corridors. Instead of her usual nun's habit, she adorned a jet-black military uniform. The echoes caused by the interaction of stone and Lisa's high boots reverberated heavy and loud, as if to emphasize her silence.
Dare?
The footsteps came to a halt. Lisa's inquiring murmur carried a tone fit to be directed at unidentified allies, and the silhouette that wordlessly walked out of the shadows ahead proved it to be appropriate. Hi. Kei Sakurai, a person whose presence made Lisa slightly knit her brows. All of them were ordered to head into battle, yet the girl returned, despite having left once. She had no affinity for games and idleness, which made it seem so unlike her to stay and waste time like she was now.
学校はいつでも取れるので。私がもらうスワスチカは6番目以降で構わないと思っています。そう。
Kei understood Lisa's wonder and gave a simple explanation of her plan. With Rusalka taking the club, it was safe to say that the school would now belong to her. As claimed earlier by Tarifa, as long as none of them became too greedy, the remaining swastikas would match the number of knights within Shambhala.
それであなた、私の仕事を見物でもするつもり？そういうわけでもないですが、少し気になることがあるので。それは？芸家の姿が見当たりません。
Kei answered curtly, getting straight to the point.
心当たりは？さあ。
Lisa inclined her head to the side. The question wasn't unfounded, for she failed to sense even a hint of the priest's presence. At the very least, his soul wasn't perceivable anywhere within the church.
私はあの人がどういう人種か、それなりに知っているつもりです。そしてあなたも。そうでしょ、バビロン。正直いいのですか？あれほど常に見ていないと何をするかわからない男というのはかなり稀だと思うのですが。同感だけど、彼が本気で隠れたら誰にも見つけられないわよ。
Man, she's right, you know.
昔から逃げるのと隠れるのだけはずば抜けていたからね。だからそういう時どうするのが一番いいのか、もうずっと前に答えを出してる。
聞かせてください。
動くのよ。
Lisa responded without a moment's hesitation.
早く、できるだけ迅速に。迷っていてはダメ。たとえそれが拙速でもね。仕上げてしまえばなんとかなる。人生そんなものでしょ。あなたの年じゃわからないかしら。後悔には慣れているのよ。
Yep. She hung her head and spoke in self-derision.
彼はあれで何も人に嫌がらせをするのが趣味というわけでもないのよ。仮に動くよう誘導されていたとしてもね。だいたい動かない方が悲惨な目に遭う。それは昔に経験した。あなたにも関係があるあの時の動かなかったこと後悔している。だから今私は動くわ。少し状況も似ているしね。
そうですか。
Kay muttered, silently and with no emotion. It was clear as day that the girl was suppressing the kind of fury better left untouched, and Lisa wasn't enough of a fool to bring it up.
あなたは彼が
あなたはどうなのです？
さあどうなのかしらね。
There was the debt she owed him, and the secrets they shared. And though he made her go through many unpleasant events, the smiles she got from their little pretend game of family were more than just masks. To Lisa, Trifa seemed like both a comrade and a despicable villain. She held a feeling of solidarity towards him, but she would never want to be considered the same kind of person he was. Simply put, she didn't know what she thought of him, and that hadn't changed, no matter how many years they shared.
あれはあれでいいところもちゃんとあるのよ。
It wasn't the first time she came to that conclusion. Those words made her sound like a resigned old wife talking about her husband of several decades. She couldn't deny that the comparison was no less than a perfect fit.
結局気にするな。あなたの意見はそういうことですか？
そうね。
Lisa actually meant that Kay shouldn't forestall what she was doing, but there was no need to rephrase that. She resumed her walk and passed by the girl.
ともかく今は第5までを一気に開く。例も動いているでしょうし、あなたが6番目以降でいいというなら、そうね。ついてきなさいよ。お手本を見せてあげる。それで少なくとも何かしら変化は起きるはずだから。
つまり第5の解放には特別な意味があると。
There might be.
ええ。
Lisa replied with no lag in her step, then said the definitive reason why the fifth was considered the point of no return.
その時、大隊長3人が戻れるようになる。
Yep. Nigrido, Albedo, and Rubedo. Reinhard Heydrich's Imperial Guard and his 3 strongest Einarjar. The release of the fifth would allow their return.
黄金連星には5色いるのよ。だから第5で彼らは戻るし、残り3つのうち2つで降下と追加が完成する。そして第8は黄金。一つ忠告をしてあげるけど、その5色以外はハイドリヒ教にとっていてもいなくてもいい。シュピーネやベアトリスがそうであったように。気をつけないとただの捨て駒にされるから、そのつもりで。
Upon realizing that her admonition was best directed at herself rather than anyone else, Lisa produced a wry smile. The battalion of 3 would only be able to gather with the opening of the 5th. However, albeit incomplete, any one of them could return right now if they so desired. Reinhard's visit was the ultimate proof, which was why she understood that the divine vessel was going to do something about that. The opening of the 5th would definitely lead to a change of authority within the Order, and the priest had something he wanted them to do before he lost his status as acting commander. He was certainly not one to be taken lightly. She didn't know what his goals were, but she hoped that his choice would scoop up all the things that would be dropped by her own decision. She might have been entirely too optimistic, though.
あなたが出て、ベイも出る。そしてゲイカはおられない。
A voice akin to a monologue reached her from within the blinding veil of darkness behind her.
つまりその時、ここはもぬけの殻なわけだ。彼女を除いて。
The possibility of an important area being left without active troops, Kay implied that she would also leave with Lisa.
無論それは一瞬で、ことが済めば皆戻ってくるでしょう。第三の解放からすでに丸一昼夜は経っているのに、なぜかマレウスが帰らないのは奇妙ですがね。仮に何かしら負傷をしたと考えても、さすがに今日明日中には戻るでしょう。
Oh? She hasn't come back?
故に図らずも、再度皆がここへ集うのは同時期になる確率が高いわけだ。その時、大隊長3人をも含めて一堂に返すと、ぞっとそれくらいできる時間はありそうだし。
For but a moment, the church would become empty, and if no salvation came to her during that time, the demons would make their return, one after the other. Dread and despair were not but fragments left by the shattering of the hope for salvation. Therefore, the situation of the girl in question was beyond cruel. Was it accidental or intentional? If it was the latter, then who intended it? And what was the reason for such brutal cornering?
言ったでしょ。だから早く迅速に。迷っていてはダメ。
なるほど。
Kay shrugged in response, and as Lisa went to open the door to the burial chamber at the end of the darkness, the girl answered the previous question.
ゲイカのことは嫌いです。逆恨みですが、どうしても許せない。だけどあなたは純粋に不愉快な人ですね。肉親殺しは黒煙卓の業みたいなものですか？
そうみたいね。
She replied and closed the burial chamber door. Lisa was about to reverse life and death by committing an obscenity she couldn't display to anyone else. It was a poorly done transmutation of gold. A feat that forced a corpse to walk again. Ah! I know what she's doing. How she longed for the miracle of gold that would relieve her from having to do such a thing. Until she could once again embrace the thousands of young lives that died by her hand, Lisa couldn't bring herself to say that she only wished to save her own flesh and blood.
さようなら、テレジア。
She hoped that the girl would hold grudges with her alone. Although no one knew of it, nor did she intend to tell anyone, Lisa nonetheless dreaded the blood coursing through the veins of the young girl. Offering her body to that thing was by far the greatest sin Lisa Brenner had committed in the entirety of her lifetime. Dualkeim. Kreuzung. Kreuzung. Before I realized that I was in a certain place, I had no memories. I couldn't remember what I was doing right until then. In fact, those very thoughts didn't even pass through my mind as I continued my vague existence. However, I felt content. There was nothing to which I could compare my current situation, so I couldn't dislike it even if I tried. Not only that, but whatever I was, I seemed to extract fulfillment from emptiness. Thus I found it pleasant. It was like a child's cradle, softly swaying to and fro as it hanged here for all eternity. A comparison that rang true to my heart. My eyes saw the twinkle of Mercury. It danced downward with the beauty of winter snowfall and gleamed as it systematically circled my purified world. The repetition was enchanting, while the stagnation filled me with relief. Where are we? The crimson of blood, the white of bones, the black of charred flesh. the grey of splattered entrail. The gleam of bayonets, the metal of bullets, the oscillation of the ground in the wake of an army of creaking tanks, the feculent smell of trenches. Fragment by fragment, such memories gathered within my swaying consciousness, and upon realizing what they were, I all the more appreciated my current situation. I was sick of it all. The place surrounding me was definitely, the peace I yearned for in all the battles, in all the tragedies I witnessed and left behind. The battles that rotted away at my mind. The battles that coerced me to murder. I swore with all possible certainty that I did not enjoy them.
さて、本当にそうだろうか。
Yes, I ended them because of hate. It was why I had completely lost myself in the slaughter. I only wished to return. It just so happened that the world I longed for lay beyond a land ridden with corpses. Where was I mistaken?
逃げなかったこと。
There was nothing I could reach by escaping.
君は矛盾に気づいていない。
What was he saying?
わからんかね。至極簡単なことなのだが。
I could make out someone peering at me from beyond the sway of Mercury in the twinkle of its bubbling, yet I had no idea who it was. What was he trying to tell me?
つまり、前のめり駆け抜けてたどり着く安息とやらをなぜ帰る場所などと形容するのだ？
I'm trying to...
それは普通、背後に残してきた幸せを指す表現ではないのかね。
I'm trying to figure out whose perspective are we in right now? I'm just... I didn't understand. I couldn't process a word of what he said. No. I actually felt that I shouldn't understand it. As if the truth hidden in the exchange would push me beyond the point of no return. Turn back, return, head out, advance. I needed a moment to think. Something was off. Warped. I couldn't apply any proper logic to it.
そうだよ。君は歪んでいる。
Machina? No. No. A smile, faint, dark, and profound. As my thoughts became disordered, he observed my form with eyes that appeared full of affection. I didn't know why, but it felt like the gaze of a snake.
多く蛇のジレンマというやつ。ああ、私もあれとは違うが蛇ではあるね。
Why was the self-proclaimed snake reading my thoughts? I wasn't speaking a word. In fact, I didn't even know where my mouth was.
それは尾を食うべき部位がないという嘆きかな。帰るべき前進、行くべき戻る場所が示されぬと不安かな。
The serpent grinned while breathing logically, contradicting words. I thought I dashed through it. I thought I reached the climax. Alas, it turned out I was but a frog in a well, an illusion widespread even in the days when the structure of celestial bodies had yet to be discovered by man. The world had no end, and beyond a headlong march forward lay nothing but the same starting point. Therefore,
全身の果てに起点へたどり着くならば、そうは言うまでもなく円環なり。君の魂はそのようにできている。甘美なるいつかを無限に味わい続けるため、永劫走り続ける止まらずの星。故にどこへも行けず回り続け、繰り返すだけの君は止まっていると言ってよい。
he was right. I was at a standstill, one that I could only feel by constantly running forward.
お分かりかな、大尉殿。武名高き英雄殿よ。その身は死ねぬ。 私と同じくこの円環に乗っていると知ったが最後君はどこにもたどり着けない。
I would be unable to get anywhere. Then, how many times would I have to walk through that hell?
知れたこと無限なり。
But what would I find at the end of infinity?
無限の起点があるのみだ。
Then when will I get to sleep? When will I end?
眠れはせぬし終われぬよ。
Mercury buried my rage. Iron enveloped my despair, sinking it into the abyss. Wait. Remembered something important. Wasn't I already dead? Why was I here? Who the hell was talking to me? Where's my body? My life? My soul and its glory?
言っただろう、回るのだ。君はまた君となり、君として生き、そして死ぬ。そして繰り返すのだよ。永劫、永遠、止まらずに。君はそれを拒絶するかね？苦しく壊したいと願い、終わりを祈るか？
I answered those questions with confusion about who I actually was. The countless battles he had braved granted him an illusion of long-sought repose. Yet in his foolishness he did not realize that the glory earned in victories past was but a herald summoning him to the next stage of bloodshed. I had enough. I wished for it to end. The crimson of blood, the white of bones, the black of charred flesh, the gray of splattered entrails. The gleam of bayonets, the metal of bullets, the oscillation of the ground in the wake of an army of creaking tanks, the feculent smell of trenches. To escape them now, I had no choice but to embrace the carnage once more. There would be no end until I killed the me that desired repetition.
よろしい。ならばこうしよう。君の矛盾は失踪しなければ停止できないところにある。ではその廃反を2つに分けてはどうだろう。走り続ける繰り返しを望む君と、真実終わりのみを求める君に。もちろん今の君が有する古賀はうちの一つにしか宿れぬが、選ぶならばどれがよい？後者ならばデウス・エクス・マキナ。
Oh, so this is Machina's perspective.
前者ならばそう。
The answer I chose back then was... The sensation of free fall surprised me enough to make me almost scream. Apparently I was asleep on a chair and woke up when I almost slipped out of it. That's what I assumed anyway. On the other hand, it didn't explain why I woke up all sweaty and why my heart was hammering like I just had the worst of nightmares. Not to mention the headache and the nausea. It was probably the fatigue piling up on me. As of late, I hadn't had any proper meals and didn't get nearly enough sleep. Though, considering my location, I could get someone to take care of that for me.
Mari.
I called her and looked around, but she neither responded nor appeared in my sight. With me asleep, she probably got bored and went out for a walk. I'd be glad if she wasn't doing anything weird.
探すか。
Mumbling, I got up. I felt a bit dizzy, but my situation didn't allow me to whine about such trivialities. I was in a hospital, specifically the Honjo General where I'd been hospitalized before. It was probably Honjo's family business, run by her dad or grandfather, or someone like that. She once spoke like she had medical skills and said that she disliked being called by her surname. With all the delinquent activity she was involved in, it was no wonder Honjo wanted to hide the fact that she was the daughter of the director to a major hospital. And since she was involved with the place, it made it all the more easy to believe that this was where she met Shiro when he made his escape. They probably met up in these halls and he infected her with his stupidity. Damn both of them and their plotting.
くそ。
I derided myself. There was no reason to shift the blame like that. After all, the current situation was the result of my naivety and carelessness. I knew that there were 8 special locations in danger of becoming battlefields, but I didn't try to know all of them. I just bit the bait drop before my eyes and didn't let go. Honjo and Shiro. The hell were you thinking? The club you used as a base was one of the danger zones, right? You knew that, right? What the hell were you planning to do after getting me to leave? I took out my cell phone and reread the last message I got. I'll be out of touch for a while. Won't be away for long, so just chill and wait. Damn it, where the fuck were they? Hell, I didn't even know if they were alive or dead. I hope they'd be alive and back soon so I could greet them with a punch or two, goddammit. The incident at the club probably happened right after he sent me the message. The tragedy at the bottomless pit happened 2 nights ago. Oh. A corpseless scene of a massacre with Kasumi as the sole survivor. Okay, oh boy. The police thoroughly investigated the place, but there was nothing they could do about a phenomena so far out of the ordinary. Upon seeing the innumerable bloodstains in the dance hall and the diced bouncer's corpse in the VIP room, they could only conclude it was a mass murder event. As the sole survivor, Kasumi was sent to the hospital. For better or worse, I heard she was completely unscathed. However, she wasn't waking up. As I slid my cell phone back into my pocket, Kasumi's face popped into my mind. The way she looked when she slept till noon after a tiring all-nighter. She didn't have a single injury, and the doctor guessed that she wasn't waking up due to extreme mental stress. Yeah. I wanted to stay by her side, but I couldn't do even that. Though Kasumi wasn't really a suspect, she was considered to be one of the only witnesses that might shed light on the event, so she was under constant supervision by the police. I couldn't visit her because I wasn't family, and honestly, I thought it was miraculous that I wasn't even in jail at this point. I spoke again, overwhelmed by the urge to punch something. Pathetic. Couldn't do anything. Burned by my frustrations, I reached the rooftop where I finally found Marie.
ここにいたのか。
On a rooftop devoid of anyone but her, she stood there and looked up at the sky. It was vaguely reminiscent of how she appeared on those shores. She gave off the aura of twilight. Her visage produced a sharp contrast with the dark of night. But as I thought back to our time at the school, I realized how I found her the most beautiful under the rays of the midday sun. Or perhaps in the morning, rather than the middle of the day. I considered the image for a moment. Marie bathed in dawn's first light as opposed to the dusk of twilight. Before I realized it, my raging heart had found some peace.
マリー、何してるんだよ。
That was probably why my voice was gentle enough to surprise even myself.
寒いだろ。風邪はひかないかもしれないけど、こんなとこにいてもしょうがないぞ。何か見たい景色でもあったのか？
She replied with a nod.
屋上。レンが好きだっていう屋上。
俺が？
Did I really say that?
言ったじゃない。そこでいつもみんな一緒だったって。私が5人目になってもいいんでしょ？
Oh. Oh yeah. Now that she mentioned it.
だから練習。いつその時が来てもいいように。今から屋上の空気を知っておくの。
Aww.
ここでどんな話をするんだろう。どんなことをして、どんなことが起きるんだろう。そんな風に考えてるとね、なんだか少し面白い。
Oh, that's so precious.
屋上っていい場所ね。
まあ、何かしら事件を起こしやすい立地ではあるよな。
Marie's words were so pure and honest that I couldn't help replying with something less than pretty. I knew that it made me seem like a really unpleasant character, but then again, anyone would look dark when aligned to her.
よく不良が隠れてタバコ吸ってたり、下級生閉めたりしてるのも屋上だ。
そうなの？
ああ、いや、そりゃ体育館裏の方が正しいのかな。どっちでもいいけど。
じゃあ喧嘩とかもしちゃうんだ。
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure this novel has shown me that there have been a couple of fights on rooftops. Yeah, we witnessed a few.
したな、そういや。
どうしてしたの？
いろいろあったんだよ。
Plenty of them. Way too much for a brief explanation.
痛かった？
ああ、痛かったよ。お互いに。
Not like I knew. Well, with Shiro being a freak who could grin even when his face was covered in blood.
複雑だね、いろいろと。ここに感じるよ、レンの気持ち。いろいろ思い出したり考えたりしてる。私の心はどうなっているのかな。どこからどこまでが自分のものかはよくわからない。それが少しもどかしいね。
Marie clumsily tilted her head to the side. Her feelings were nothing but a shadow of my own, flowing into the opening within her chest, the gaping hole Reinhard had thrust open. Before, Marie was akin to a mirror as tough as diamonds. There was nothing anyone could do to hurt or influence her. Even though her previous nature had a beauty to it, she was all alone. Any feelings displayed to her would fly over her head and be ignored. But now, Reinhard had gouged out a hole through which my feelings could reach her and be diffused within. It was like my shadow graph was projected into the core of her pure soul. To be honest, it almost seemed like a mental rape for the both of us. But, well, it wasn't like thinking more about it could change anything, though. After all, I didn't mind the circumstances. Even if it was spurred by quite a ludicrous Cupid, I wasn't going to complain about Marie and I becoming closer to one another. However, there was one thing I had to make clear.
ねえ、レン。
Her hair swaying gently in the night air, Marie looked right into my eyes. Though she was wearing a smile, she seemed somehow reminiscent of a lost child.
私に心はあると思う？もしこの穴が塞がっても今を忘れたりしないで済むかな。屋上で喧嘩したり、それもやってみたいなって思うんだけど。これはレンの気持ちで私のじゃないような。でもだったら私は一体どこにいるんだろうって、そう考えると少し怖いね。
That was the thing I had to make clear. The thing I wanted to believe.
大丈夫だよ。
I had no doubt that Marie's consciousness wasn't just an empty void. She only had an extremely tough shell. Her lack of contact made for a severe lack of conducted emotion, but she definitely wasn't emotionless.
なんていうか少しだけわかるんだよ。こうして話してると、特に。
I couldn't word it well, but I thought I had sensed what seemed to be the warmth of Marie's soul. No wretched instrument of death or hollow doll could ever produce something like that.
だからマリーも、あまり悲観的なことを考えるな。そりゃまあ、最近の俺がずっとネガティブだったから、負け添え食わしてることは自覚してるんだけど。今は前向きに行こうぜ。難しいけど、できるだけ楽しく行こう。
楽しく？
She looked at me with questioning eyes, expecting an example. After a second's thought, I replied,
したいことをやるんだよ。マリー、今は何をしたいと思ってる？
私は。
The wind played with her blonde hair as I tried to guess what kind of pleasantry she'd ask for. Another parfait, perhaps?
こうしたいかな。レンに触れてると安心するの。
Marie snuggled onto me and buried her head within my chest.
体硬いよ。
Well, her action surprised me, so yeah.
ドキドキしてるね。
Again, standard reaction. Not too many guys could boast of keeping a regular heart rate in a situation like this.
やっぱ情けないな。
I tried to cheer her up, but I was the one getting healed. Carl Croft, better known as Mercurius. I wonder if he was watching and laughing at my current state. It then hit me that I didn't know anything about him.
なあ、マリ。カリオストロってのはどんなやつだ？
変な人。よくしゃべる人。レンより口数は多いけど、それしかしようとしない人。いろいろ褒めてくれたり、認めてくれたり、教えてくれはしたけれど、絶対触れてはくれなかった。
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been shown that Mercurius kind of treated Marie sort of like a priceless jewel that should not be sullied by any sort of touch, you know? That's the kind of feeling that I got from that.
私に触ることはできないって。
I'd almost forgotten she was the kind of being who decapitated all who had laid a finger on her.
だから、レンしかいないんだよね。私が触れる人も、触ってくれる人も。ねえ、どうしてレンは平気なの？
I didn't know. It was one of the things I didn't have a clue about. As far as I was aware, I was nothing but a normal high school student. The Obsidian bastards called me all sorts of things, but none of it really stuck to me. However, even though I didn't actually know the reasons, there were assumptions I could make by examining the causality of it all.
マリーはそいつに触れて欲しかったのか？
He couldn't use her, so he prepared someone who could. Basically, I was his replacement, or so they called me, a substitute.
俺はカリオストロの代わりか？
わからないよ。でも、あの人にお礼は言いたい。レンに合わせてくれてありがとうって。気持ちいいんだもん。こうしていると。嬉しくなるんだもん。わからないけど。私、この手に何も持ったことがなかったから。今、ここにレンがいるよね。こういうほっとする気持ち、知らなくて。もしかしたら私、いろいろ損をしてたのかなって、そう思うの。だから、最初の話に戻るんだよ。
5人目ってやつ？
私も学校とか行きたい。
That could actually help if you want to be more like a human and all that stuff. That'd be a bad idea.
それは
I'd be lying if I said I didn't think it'd be great, but
できないの？
Shiro was missing in action, Kasumi was completely out, and Himuro was with those bastards. Reclaiming those old days seemed more and more difficult by the hour.
前向きに行こうって言ったのに。
She makes a fair point.
そりゃ分かってるけどね。
No buts. Stay positive. I placed my hand on her head and gave her a wry smile. My current objectives were to survive and bring a halt to their plans. For that, I needed Marie's cooperation, so I was deeply glad she enjoyed my company so much. I lost all of those I could call my allies, so Marie was the only one I could rely on. However...
なあ、本当に分かってる？
何が？
だからこのまま俺と一緒でいいのかよ。
She thought she missed out on a lot of things and said that physical contact gave her peace. From that, I could assume that she sought gentleness, a thing non-existent on the road I would walk. It was a future of kill or be killed, and even though it was possible for her hopes and dreams to come true at the end of it all, there was no denying that we had to brace ourselves for a difficult and bloody fight ahead. That was the kind of thing I had to confirm with her.
前にも同じこと聞いたけど、あの時は別に気にしてないって言ったけど、今はどう思うんだ、マリ。俺が君にさせようとしてることを分かって、それでも一緒でいいのか？なんか気持ち悪いだけだろ。
だって。
After those words escaped my lips, the feeling of Marie snuggling within my arms disappeared. And then with the fading voice in a silhouette.
レンが一番それを嫌っているじゃない。だから二人で一緒に行こう。大丈夫だよ。私もいるから怖くない。
俺は別に。
I didn't really mind it that much. I might have had some complaints, but it wasn't anything I couldn't persevere through. I cared more about how Marie felt when forced into this role.
違うよ。
As she undid her image, Marie shook her head.
これは私が決めたことなの。そうすれば楽しくなるってカリオストロに言われて勝手に決めたの。だから付き合わされてるのはレンの方。ごめんね。だけど嫌わないで。私は出ないと。
She returned to me once again as if melting away. Left alone on the rooftop, I gazed into my right hand while losing myself in thought. I realized it was the first time we had become one since Reinhard made short work of me. It made me uneasy. These past few days, she had always been by my side and within my sight, and though our current state brought us closer than we could ever be, I couldn't help feeling something akin to physical loss.
出ないと。なんだよ。
Words cut off and left to assumption always stuck to my mind. I didn't make her cry, or fought her in any way, but a conclusion like that made a guilt-like sentiment weigh down on me. Although I found it hard to deny that I was at fault.
俺の方こそ悪い。変なこと聞いたな。
With my gaze still fixed on my right hand, I apologized. I had no idea if she was still listening, but like I said, it was time for more positive thoughts. The thing I just asked her seemed less like consideration for and more like my own idle complaining. In the unlikely case of her refusing to fight alongside me, I would be unable to drop it all and run away with her, which made it a vain question. It was fair to believe I only wanted to get some justification in the form of her approval. It wasn't kindness. I was downright coercing her into agreeing to it. After all, I knew full well there was no way out of my situation.
まあ、これも前向きに考えてる結果ではあるか。
After a little self-derision, I looked over the cityscape stretching below. I couldn't make out the whole town, but just enough to easily list most of the important spots. I couldn't just spend all my time wallowing in sadness, so I did a bit of my own research after the incident at the club and put forth some reasonable assumptions. There were 8 battlefields they prepared in the city, no doubt including the club and the school. Then, 2 more highly probable locations were the park at which I had my showdown with Spine, and the museum where I met Marie. I was quite certain about those 4, and from their locations I could make inferences about where the remaining ones were. Honjo was pretty abstract when she explained it to me, but if the points were drawing a shape, there was little doubt as to what it could be. The Nazis would obviously go for a swastika, and to complete it on the map, I had to mark a few specific establishments. The church, the tower, the theme park, and this hospital. Okay, that's actually pretty cool, because we usually got our information directly from Honjo and... Well, I was going to say Shira, but no, it was mostly Honjo. So it's interesting without them how he has to figure out how to do this, like figure these points out by himself. And it makes sense. With context clues that he's gathered, this makes sense. Okay, he's not pulling it out of his ass. I was staying here so I could take them on whenever they came. I'd be lying if I said I stopped caring about the school, but it was far easier to raise hell in a hospital. It was one of the rare places filled with hundreds of people throughout day and night, not to mention that most of them were sick and injured. the ideal prey. I wanted to get the doctors and the patients evacuated, but I lacked the effective means of achieving that. After all, no one would lend an ear to the wailings of a brat like me. Forcing them out was out of the question, too. I would only attract the attention of more people via the police and mass media. Honjo could have helped me by working her magic, but now that she was gone, that wasn't an option. Then, there was Kasumi. I could have taken her alone, but with her being an important witness, things would get real loud, turning me into a suspect and rendering me unable to act. Thus, I was left with no choice but to protect this playstall I had. If one of those assholes came here, I'd face them head on to prevent the hospital from becoming an encore to the club. With those thoughts, I gathered my wits and waited for about an hour. Hi, Lisa. With all the bad expectations I had, why was the world so cruel and harsh that it made the worst out of them become reality? At the corner of the escape visible from where I stood on the rooftop, I saw a pitch-black SS uniform melting into the darkness. With her appearance being much unlike the one I grew accustomed to, Lisa Brenner came onto the scene. It really did hurt. I knew this could happen, but just facing her like this was heart-wrenching. I could do nothing but agree that she was a very effective choice from their perspective. She looked up at me with eyes both cold and sharp. The sister Lisa, who asked me to come celebrate Himuro's birthday with that constant gentle smile of hers, was nowhere in sight. Neither on the outside, nor on the inside. I jumped over the fence and landed right in front of her. The height I fell easily surpassed 50 meters, but obviously it didn't give me a scratch. Hell, I didn't even feel the latent fear of falling. There was no better proof of me in normality becoming distant, and the person before me was no different in that regard. A presence with a kind of density impossible for a typical human. The unique sensation of one walking with the weight of thousands. Words failed to justly describe that which was displayed. Lisa was a murderer, far more accomplished than many, about to commit murder on a scale even greater than usual. Couldn't let her. I had to stop her if it was the last thing I did. My words were short and straight to the point. There was no reason for us to talk about our circumstances and situations. Why? How? Was she really? It was clear as day that any question I asked would give me an answer I didn't want to hear. Straining my eyes, I forced a show of will to protect this place, whatever the cost. In response, she... Her voice was gentle and peaceful enough to make me feel unpleasant. She sounded like a caring mother dealing with a child throwing a tantrum. That voice and its tone was completely like the one she used when she talked to the church. Oh boy. She drove me up the fucking wall. The monotony of my own voice surprised me. I was so furious it was dizzying. We were this late in the game and yet she still acted unreasonably considerate of me? And no matter how small, a part of her believed I would accept her ludicrous offer. Yeah, she was completely right about me not being a saint, but... Primary reason why I stood before Lisa and told her to retreat was that one girl. Stopping Reinhardt's return? Heeding some heroic sense of justice? No. It was all in the fact that... So that Marie could become the fifth person in our group.
氷室先輩は絶対にあんたがこんなことをするなんて思ってないし望んでいない。
To her, Lisa was like a mother or an elder sister. With all the years they spent together, I was certain Himuro respected her. Nothing could convince me otherwise. And as her friend, I had to protect her most cherished dreams.
たとえあんたが何者でも先輩にとっちゃ家族なんだ。一体どこのふざけた世界に身内が人殺しで喜ぶバカがいるんだよ。
For a few moments, Sister Lisa was at a loss for words.
ありがとう。あなたにそこまで持ち上げられて正直光栄だけど無理よ。
She hanged her head with a smile on her face and...
あなたみたいに優しい考え方ができない私はつまりそういう女だから。レアもそれを見切っている。あの子は私を嫌っているし、私はあの子が怖いのよ。
Her military boots rang out loud as she took a step forward and started walking towards the hospital while seemingly ignoring me. Why was her guard down? Did you think I wouldn't dare attack her? Or wait, maybe she...
彼の足止めをしなさい、レオンハルト。ついてきたのだからそれくらいに役に立ってもいいでしょ。私と彼はここのスワスチカを開く。
Okay.
了解。
Okay. We're doing this! An attack drew an arc over Lisa and fell towards me, making me dodge to the side. There was a slash doused in searing flames which crawled across the ground they landed upon and set ablaze the large tree in their path. I'd seen it before and instantly recognized it.
正直願ってもない展開です。彼とは決着がついていないし、前のものを私の実力と思われたらたまらない。
Oh boy, this is going to be absolutely fun, isn't it? Although we haven't actually had a chance to fight now that we got Marie back, so I'm wondering if we're any stronger this time.
だから早く用を済ませることですね。彼の命でスワスチカが開いたら、あなたにとっては殺し損だ。
お前。
The sudden turn of events rendered me confused and unable to act. What the hell? Sakurai! She came here too? But wait, then Sister Lisa will...
読みが甘い。楽観にする。とてもカールクラフトの代替とは思えない。そんなあなたは素敵な男の子だったけど、ここでは最悪の目に出たわね。誰が1対1で行くと言ったの？あなたが私たちの時代に生まれていたらただの敗兵。それじゃあ誰も守れない。
I turned around, extended my hand, failed to reach her, and...
前も言ったでしょ。浮気しちゃダメよ、藤井君。
Wait, I'm the one cheating. This is a two... You say I'm the one cheating.
今は私と一緒に行こう。年増趣味なわけでもないでしょ。
What? Why are you questioning my sexual preferences? Barely dodging a slash that nearly split me in half, I faced Sakurai once again. This is a weird thing to bring up in the middle of a fight, don't you think?
お前、本当にいちいちムカつく女だな。
That's like bringing up somebody. That's like bringing up your sword up to a lady's neck and they're sniffing like, "Hey, what shampoo do you use?" Like, what the hell, wet lady? Her words and actions never failed to get under my skin. It pissed me off.
それはお互い様でしょう。あなたも相当私の我慢強さを鍛えてくれたわ。自覚はないでしょうけどね。
Well, thank you for that, at least.
その証拠に、今もそう、私を舐めてる。全力で一刻も早く私を制し、彼女を追おうと思っているでしょう。それができるつもりでいるでしょう。だから言われるのよ。読みが甘い。
The scarlet blaze dancing around Sakurai's blade began to gradually radiate less intense heat. I wasn't just imagining it. Something was clearly wrong. An object burning that brightly should never turn colder. What the hell is happening?
第1は活動、第2は形成。あなたの異界はまだそこまで。だけど、私がいるのは第3だって忘れたのかしら。教えがいのない人ね。 前の私と互角以上に戦えたから一体何？今はもう加減する理由も必要もどこにもないのよ。
Oh, she's just going all out right at the bat. Okay.
だからちゃんと教えてあげる。私の本領とそれがどういうものなのか。
As if inversely proportional to the surging flames, the heat reaching me faded until it became negligible, clearly an impossible phenomenon. It was as if Sakurai herself was being detached from this universe. I recalled something she once told me. The third degree of the Iwikai channel threw on an airbase charged with souls. She spoke of its existence, but didn't tell me the truth behind it or what it meant.
彼そのカムサリ魂イザナミは
The goddess Izanami, her light forever extinguished.
出雲の国と母木の国、その境なるヒバの山に納め祭りき。
Sleeps her final rest beneath Mount Hiba, amidst Izumo and Hoki, neighbor lands standing vigil. A song flowed forth from her lips, accompanied by a shifting sensation. It seemed like a password, a display of willpower giving strong fixation to the meaning of her being, an aria summoning her into a state of trance.
ここにイザナギの御事、見吐かせる戸塚の剣を抜きて、その子カグツチの首を切りたま引き。
On its burial grounds, Lord Izanagi stood, his 10-grasped steel drawn as Kagutsuji's head fell to dust beneath the Kinslayer's blade. Wait! Is this a...
想像以下。ルールの創造。魂の渇望が満たされる世界を作ること。Oh boy! 私のルールはね、藤井君。
There it is! A fierce pillar of fire made a skyward's bird as Sakurai underwent a sudden metamorphosis. Her hair and skin attained a scarlet tint and turned slightly transparent. She was literally turning into fire.
この熱を私の中で未来永劫なくさないこと。誰も巻き込まない。誰にも邪魔させない。二度と私のせいで好きな人たちを死なせない。取り戻してみせる。そしてそれが叶うまで誰もいらない。一人でいい。
Silent, calm, and lacking in heat, her tone was completely unlike the bizarre flame she had become. However, her soulscape was quite obviously a scorched wasteland. The fiery howls within gathered and formed a fierce blast.
私の邪魔をする者は残らず全部燃えてなくなってしまえばいいんだ。想像。
Oh, Beria. Oh boy! An exploding roar resounded as the blade hasted towards me with a scarlet flash.
ここに天津神の御事持ちて太まりに裏へて乗りたまひつらく。
And so the word of the heavenly Lord resounded. May their very bones be incinerated by my scorching flames. Fire couldn't be cut, pierced, smashed, or broken. I belatedly formed the guillotine, but there was little of it could do against Sakurai's blazing corpus. Her craving enabled her sword to permeate my blade, rendering me unable to block. Clearly, I was now facing her trump card, her ultimate skill. It was a convincing manifestation of the third stage's power. Oh boy. The explosive sounds made Lisa momentarily halt her step before resuming her entrance to the hospital. Leon was overdoing it. The show she was putting up back there probably awoke most of the patients, and upon seeing the commotion, they would surely make things really messy. At the very least, there would be people trying to evacuate. When that happened, the place would quickly turn into a ghastly slaughter show. She would have to complete her business while surrounded by the constant screams and shrieks of people panicking like ants in a poked anthill. Lisa wanted to be able to do it without giving them any pain or dread. That was a vain hope at this point.
当てつけ？いや、違うわね、多分。
That could probably be chalked up to the girl's nature and to youth. She was very impulsive, lacking in foresight and possessing a tendency to become blind to anything she wasn't fixated on. Lisa always had certain concerns about Sakurai's growth, and it seemed like they had become reality. Though she praised the girl's resolution and admired her ability to seal her seat within the obsidian table at such a young age. Such a hot-headed person could break at any moment. Without time to expand her limits or horizons, she wasn't capable of taking detours and considering different angles. Although that life made Sakurai sharp, she had the frailty of glass shards or needles. People like her wouldn't live long, especially not on a battlefield. However, considering her lack of attempts to address the issue, Lisa knew she wasn't in any position to judge people. She held sentiments towards Rhea, Fuji, and pretty much everyone else, but she never acted upon them. All she did was console herself by simply reminding herself of their existence. That side of Lisa's nature would surely get a certain acquaintance who used to be her friend to severely scold her. Then, with disappointment in her eyes, the woman's energetic subordinate would weigh in by calling Lisa a hopeless idler. Those two had perfectly opposing personalities, but they shared that harsh strictness, likely due to the status they were born with. With those trifling thoughts within her head, Lisa entered the patient ward and found herself surrounded by an unexpected silence. Something wasn't right. The shocks of the battle happening out were ringing loud even where she stood, and yet no one seemed to notice. The scent of chemicals stinging her nose and the cold sensation of the linoleum under Lisa's feet made her heart restless. There weren't many things she found less pleasant. In fact, she had a distinct dislike for the very concept of hospitals. They were hotbeds of treatments, research, success, failure, birth, and death. Gardens where life was tampered with. Which was exactly why she thought herself the most fitting candidate to claim the hospital's swastika. It was a place similar to the secretive organization she was involved with, and thus the perfect location for her to earn the miracle of gold. However...
出てきなさい。何のつもりか知らないけど、あなたの手はいらない。
Okay, I got an idea. It's one of two people. It's either Rusalka, or it's Wilhelm. As if answering that call, the interior lighting started to flicker until it went out with a blink. Within the sudden darkened hallway lingered an even darker shadow. It approached Lisa to reveal a tall, human-like silhouette. Oh! But for reasons unknown, Valeria Trifa, the missing man, appeared in this place and stood before her.
ああ、見つかってしまいましたか。さすがにあなたの目はごまかせませんね。ずっと隠れているつもりだったのに。
嘘を言いなさい。あなたが本気で隠れたら誰にも見つけられはしないわよ。
As the priest wore his usual gentle smile, Lisa questioned him with eyes full of suspicion.
それで一体どういうつもり？
どうとは？
この状況よ。私の助けをするというの。
I think you mean, did you come here to help me?
まあ、そんなところですかね。長い付き合いだ。あなたのことはそれなりにわかる。
The hospital was in deep slumber, seemingly unaware of the situation out front. Whenever such a sensibility-defying phenomena happened, it was only reasonable to believe that an extraordinary existence was involved.
私とて弱者を苦しめる趣味はない。老人、子供、そして病人。痛ましいでしょう。彼らが嘆く様などは。避けて選べぬ犠牲なら、せめて速やかに。 かつ慈悲深く。あなたと同じですよ、リザ。どうしました？やらないのですか？あれを解き放てば、この程度の施設は一瞬でしょう。建物ごと潰してしまえばよろしい。それであなたには黄金の恩恵が約束される。かつての罪を清算できる。違いますかな？
ええ、そうね。
Lisa nodded but showed no will to make the move. With her eyes fixed on the priest, she stood still as the dense darkness environed her. Rifa sounded a laugh akin to a groan.
切ないですね。 私は黒煙卓でただ一人あなたの背信行為に手を貸した男ですよ。ハイドリ卑怯と 副首領閣下の目を本当にごまかせたかは全く自信を持てませんが、少なくともザミエル卿、彼女に知られなかっただけでも御の字ではないですか。母たるものの何たるか、あのお方には分かりますまい。女性としてはひどく劣等ですからね。全て論理で型がつくと思っていらっしゃる。愛の天秤が必ずしも高きから低きへ流れるとは限らないという事実をご存じない。故にあなたを理解できない。リザ、我々はそうした意味で同類でしょう。何を警戒しているのです。それはまあ、嫌われて叱るべき真似も何度かしてきましたが、あなたを裏切ったことはないつもりだ。だというのに。
もういいわ。
This is interesting conversation. As if avoiding any further dialogue with him, Lisa resumed her walk and headed to pass him by.
あなたの言いたいことは分かったから、あとはもう放っておいて。正直見られたくないのよ。
殺人に自己嫌悪ですか？
笑うでしょ。今更よね。
A wry smile of resignation formed on her cheeks as she continued her penitent soliloquy.
でも私は昔からそうなのよ。いつも嫌だと思いながらも他の道を選ばない。選べないんじゃない。選ばないの。私はあなたが羨ましいし恐ろしい。あなたは私の理想に近すぎて、見ていると目がつぶれそうになる。あなたみたいにみじんも揺れない強さは欲しい。だけどいらない。私はこの葛藤が大事なものだと思っているから。それを乗り越えてしまったら、きっと本当に人じゃなくなる。
なるほど。
She didn't want to kill, but she had to. She wanted to save them, but she had to cut them down. Lisa Brenner would never choose any other option, but she still wanted to feel the hesitation that came with it. Self-consoling indeed. A definite farce, a rigged game with the outcome already decided. She pardoned her inhumane acts by wallowing in her own guilt. Without a doubt, people would call her line of thought unfair, name her the worst among hypocrites, and she herself would accept it. However,
偽善者には偽善者なりの意地があるのよ。あなたを責めたり疑ったり、人のことを言えた義理じゃないのは自覚してるわ。でもね、バレリア、自分は英語を救われなくてもいいなんて、そんな男はきっと誰も救えない。
scathing words said as she was about to pass him by.
リザ、
As if he suddenly remembered it, Trifa uttered a certain question.
結局父親は誰だったのです？あなたの息子は2人いた。
Then why did she sacrifice Golden and save Silva?
その葛藤とやら、共に腹を痛めた我が子という点で差異はないのに、一方を黒煙卓の生贄に、もう一方を人として生かそうとした判断基準はどこにある？そんなに似ていたのですか？父親に。怖かったのですか？その血脈が。だから今もこうやってあなたはテレジアを切り捨てようと。
You're not very nice, Trifa. Lisa sprang to turn around and with a whip-like motion threw her hand toward the priest's face.
これは答えていただきたい。私にもひどく重要なことなのです。
Trifa caught the vicious slap and coldly looked down into Lisa's enraged eyes. He continued speaking dispassionately and without intonation, but there was something in his words that made any resistance futile.
増年金と第一声。あの日ベルリンを生贄に 城を創造したのはイザーク、すなわちテレジアの祖父でありあなたの息子だ。では父親は一体誰？リーザ、あなたには夫がいたが、あの副首領閣下までが絡んだ優生学研究の集大成が馬の骨の種であるなどありえない話でしょう。まあ人のいいキルヒアイゼン教あたりならばそんな夢を信じていたかもしれませんがね。皆それが気になっていたし、おのおの想像はしていたはずだ。何せあなたは頑としてその真実を明かさない。ヒムラー教かゲッペルス教か、あるいはヘス教、それとも総統閣下ご本人？太陽の子を名乗るなら帝国の中枢に至る地が必要だとは思いませんかね。
Oh boy.
あなたにそれが。
The rage that gave her shivers stopped the very next moment.
ですから関係あるのですよ。なぜ私はこんなにもテレジアを愛しているのだろうかと。
Oh boy.
理屈ではなく魂があの子を守れと命じている。不正とはそういうものなのかもしれませんが、たまに不思議なのですよ。なぜ私のような男がと。リザ、これは本当に私の愛と言えるのでしょうか。どこから来てどこへ導くものなのでしょうか。もしかしたら生産杯はこれを封じるためのものなのではと。
Dreadful thoughts passed through Lisa's mind and made her force herself out of his grip. Then, with a few steps of distance between them, Lisa looked up to meet the priest's emotionless gaze.
仮に
A word used for hypothetical scenarios such as his.
仮にあなたの想像通りだったとして、だから一体どうだというのよ。あなたの中に愛なんかない。それを証明できたら嬉しいの？
さて、しかし試したくはありますね。
何よ。
ですから愛を。
Though his words were aloof, Trifa didn't bother to hide the joy building up within him.
私がテレジアに抱く思い、これがまこと己のものなら彼女以外を切り捨てられるはずだ。あなたのように。
Oh, this might pose a problem.
そしてヨシンバ、ただの借り物であったとしても真実に変える方法が存在する。なぜならば
After going silent to make sure Lisa was giving him enough attention, he spoke the cursed truth.
あなたが逃がし母として幸せを願ったもう一人の増年金とヨハンの血脈もこのシャンバラに存在する。
Oh. They were in the palm of the devil, ridiculing all of creation. Lisa gave up on being called a mother and holding her dear son in her hands just so he could lead a normal life. Her whole existence was written with hypocrisy and guilt, and Johann's salvation was the only thing she considered a success to be proud of. And yet she failed to take him outside the boundaries of Karl Croft's all-binding Ars Magna.
本来あなたに教えるつもりはありませんでしたがね、バビロン。
With unexaggerated and heartfelt sympathy, Trifa called her by her alias, as if punishing the great whore that sowed the seeds of vice into the world.
私はそちらを捧げることでテレジアへの愛が己のものであると証明する。なぜなら元は双子ですからね。同じ我が子の片方は殺し片方は生かすなど およそ人の所業ではない。
Oh dear.
ここにへばりついているやもしれぬ父親の情。私がそんなものに引きずられているわけではないと、ヨハンの血を断つことでしか実感することができるのですよ。もはや言わずともわかりますね。それが誰かは。
She grasped the meaning of his words and understood. She realized she could neither run nor let him go. Once again, Lisa became aware she couldn't back out of this, and thus... Darkness condensed and whirled within her hand until it gained density and took up the form of her weapon. And I don't have time to record that. I really don't, but I want to... we already know. I'm mad that I don't have time to record more of this. God damn it. It was just getting good. Freaking... Cliffhanger mix. Fuck you. Let me fix... It works. Fuck it, it works. Okay. I hate that I have to end it here. I hate that I have to end it here. Damn it. And it's just getting to an extremely good part. Damn it. I was wanting to go a little bit further, but I did not. I should have expected that there was going to be some kind of fight between Tarifa and freaking Lisa. But I have a very sick feeling that this is going to be painfully one-sided, though. Part of me is thinking that, at least. I mean, even if she does have Tubal Cain, who is essentially, you know, he has like a false holy lance. I mean, he's still going up against the body of the divine vessel, for crying out loud. I just have this sick feeling it's not going to turn out really good. Also, I wonder how Sakurai is going to react to suddenly all of this happening. Maybe she'll probably ignore it and continue to fight Ren. I don't know. I'll have to find that out next episode, but I'm going to have to end it here. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry that we're ending it here, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm living with this. I cause way too many cliffhangers as it is, and that's why I'm the goddamn sorcerer of the cliff. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Fuck! Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.